Hi, my name is Robert Sellers. I'm the Vice Provost for Equity, Inclusion, and Academic Affairs. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all here, students, faculty, and staff, to this wonderful event, as today marks the beginning of the implementation process of our 5-year Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion strategic planning process, or strategic plan, here at the University of Michigan. But before we get to today's activities, I want to take this opportunity to announce that we have a new Twitter account that's at UMichDiversity. This Twitter account will allow us to continue the conversations that we've had in the past year over issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion. For those of you who are a little more old school like myself, please also take notes, jot down comments, thoughts, feedback with regards to today's events. Use those cards that you were handed at the beginning, and we'd love to see them at the end. Today is a joyous day. This has been a long time coming. A very good friend of mine has likened the DE&I strategic planning process to being pregnant. Personally, I've never had the pleasure of that experience, but I think the analogy is apt. For instance, in both cases, I think there was a lot of excitement on the day that the plan or the child was conceived. There was some inconvenience, heat, and pain during the pregnancy, and definitely some blood, sweat, and tears on the day that we gave birth. But in the end, it's an extremely joyous occasion. So with that analogy in mind, today is actually our birthday. It's the birthday of the university's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Strategic Plan. Like all birthdays, it's not only a joyous occasion, but it's also tempered with a heady sense of responsibility. That while joyous, it also means that the real work is just now beginning. If we want the child, or in this case, the plan, to fulfill our hopes and our dreams, to be all that we hope that it could be, we have a responsibility to raise it and to nurture it. As the old African folk saying, and forgive me, Hillary, but the old African folk saying wisely implores, it takes a village to raise a child. And in this case, it takes a village to raise a plan. This plan, like all plans, is a tool. And like all tools, are only as good as the artist. And so, as the artists and the owners of this tool, we implore you to use this to good measure. So now, let's go ahead and get this birthday party started. It's my great pleasure to introduce our very first speaker, Martha Pollack. Martha is Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. She is also Professor of Information in the School of Information and Professor of Computer Science and Engineering in the College of Engineering. Prior to serving as Provost, Martha has served in several capacities at the university, including Vice Provost for Academic and Budgetary Affairs, Dean of the School of Information, and Associate Chair from Computer Science and Engineering in COE. She's also been on the faculty here since 2000, and I can personally say she's been a tremendous supporter of our efforts, and as the Chief Budget Officer of the university, has made a very strong commitment to find the resources to support our ambitious efforts today. So without any further ado, it is my great pleasure to introduce and call to the stage Provost Martha Pollack.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you, Rob, both for your kind introduction and especially, he's walked away, but for his incredibly intelligent, always thoughtful, and always steady leadership of this strategic planning process. Because the work on this plan has been going on for a full year, I had my comments for today written several weeks ago, or at least I thought I did, and then so much happened. A shooting in Tulsa, a shooting in Charlotte, and of course, on our own campus, multiple displays of hatred. These are really terribly difficult times in our country as we bear witness to acts of violence that target African Americans, Muslims, Hispanic, the LGBTQ community, and we encounter many forms of discrimination against them, as well as against Jews and Asians and people with disabilities and more. It's only human to respond with anger, sometimes with fear, emotions that have been felt deeply on our campus. I share the grief and outrage felt by our students, our faculty, and staff over recent events. But I feel so strongly that we must resolve not to fall into despair, but instead to cling to the vision of what the world should be and to persist in actions that move us towards this vision, and that is what the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Strategic Plan that we're launching today is all about. It's vital work, but it's not easy work. As Martin Luther King once noted, change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability. It comes through continuous struggle. This university is deeply committed to the ideals of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We haven't always gotten it right, and while I wish this weren't true, we won't always get it right. But we will work assiduously towards making this a truly diverse and equitable and inclusive university. That's my pledge as provost, and it's one that I know the entire rest of the leadership team shares. Excellence in education and research rests on a diversity of backgrounds and perspectives. We've known this for a long time. As we study and do research, we rely on different perspectives to bring new understanding to complex problems. But you can't hear diverse perspectives if you're not part of a diverse community. And even that is not enough. It needs to be a diverse community where people respect and listen to one another. Only then can we challenge one another in the ways that scholars like to and need to advance our understanding. The beauty of a university is that our impact is multiplied many times over because our students carry out into the world the lessons they have learned here. If we can educate students in a diverse and inclusive community, and if we can give them the skills to work across difference and imbue in them the enormous value of doing this, then not only will we prepare them to be more successful and fulfilled in their lives, but we will also have created agents of positive change who impact the world. And we do this work for one more reason. We do it, quite simply, because it is the right thing to do. As the strategic plan is described today, you'll hear about many specific programs and initiatives for pushing forward our vision. You'll hear about investments, and you'll hear about metrics for holding ourselves accountable. But make no mistake, this is challenging work. It is work that we've been at for decades, and especially because this university is not an island, but part of the broader world, it is work for which we must be committed for the long haul. And we are. I want to thank everyone who's worked with us over the past year to develop this plan. I want to thank you all for being with us here today for its launch. And in advance, I want to thank you because I know that all of you, will continue to do this hard work with us. We do this work because it's the right thing to do. We do this work because we must. Let me close with the words of Stevie Wonder, speaking at the opening of the National Museum of African American History and Culture, who said this: "We can rise, we can climb out of all these moments that should never divide us, but should remind us that we can come together as we have, as we can, and as we will." Thank you, and it is now my pleasure to introduce Regent Mike Beam, who will be talking to you all on behalf of the Board of Regents.
Thank you, Provost Pollack, for those kind and welcoming words. I'd like to welcome everyone who is joining us for this important moment for the University of Michigan community. I appreciate the opportunity to speak on behalf of the Board of Regents today and is in my role as Vice Chair of the Board. I want to commend my fellow Regents for their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We take very seriously our duty as an elected board prescribed by the Constitution of our state to serve all the people of Michigan and all of society. We want U of M to be a place where there is no doubt whatsoever that everyone in our community belongs, that students, faculty, staff, and alumni, everyone. As a board, our concept of inclusion spans race, ethnicity, heritage, ableness, diversity of thought, gender, religion, sexual orientation, and nationality. And our concept of a strong academic environment is one that is diverse and inclusive, free of discrimination and bias, where U of M research, teaching, learning, scholarship, and performance reflect the amazing breadth of humanity. The planning process set forth by President Schlissel, Provost Pollack, Vice Provost Sellers, and many others embrace the public ethos of our university. It sought to include a broad spectrum of voices and engage the community in critical inquiry in pursuit of goals worthy of the highest aspirations of the University of Michigan. It also acknowledged the challenges we face. We have listened to the protesters and the people who experience our community negatively, who don't feel safe. It was my board colleague, Regent Shauna Ryder-Diggs, who said we must examine the linkages between our practices and our culture. I believe nothing truly good can happen without a thoughtful plan, especially with an endeavor as complex and as comprehensive as this. Honest conversations about diversity, equity, and inclusion are difficult. They take courage and commitment. Our expectation as a board is that this work will continue. Diversity, equity, and inclusion were key considerations in the board's search for the 14th president of the University of Michigan. We found President Mark Schlissel's vision on these principles exceptional. He shares our deep commitment to these values, and he is willing to hold himself accountable for the success of this plan. We are delighted to have him leading this effort now and in the years to come. I'd like to introduce to you the University of Michigan's 14th president, Dr. Mark Schlissel. Thank you, and let's get to work.
Thank you, Regent Beam, for that kind introduction and for being here this morning on behalf of the entire board. Good morning, everybody. As this morning's previous speakers have alluded to, we're here today as a result of a massive amount of work by many, many members of our community, past and present. There are student activists who've never let our community forget that the fight for justice and equality is ongoing. There are the researchers who helped us demonstrate that there's a compelling need for diversity in higher education, that a racially and ethnically diverse academic community has far-ranging and significant benefits for all, and thus for the nation as a whole. There are the members of our community who've persevered over many years through court cases, a ballot initiative, and a new law, because it was the right thing to do. To all of you here in this room this morning, as well as those watching on the live stream, we will always remember and value what you've done for us and helped us to do. Thank you. Let's give some applause to all the people that have worked through the many years to help us get where we are today. Now to those decades of tireless work, we've added some new voices, thousands of voices. We've heard the perspectives of many, many members of our current community. We've heard from our regents who supported our work starting day one and every day since. We've heard from our faculty who shared their expertise and their passion and who set a wonderfully high bar for all of us in the Provost Committee's initial report. We've heard from staff, the men and women whose valuable experiences and devotion to the University of Michigan and our most cherished values is reflected in our plan. And we've heard from students of color, students with disabilities, students of different religions, income levels, sexual orientations, gender identities, and political views. They've shared with us what we needed to do to improve. They expressed encouragement for our work and told us what it meant to them and to their families. They are deeply engaged in diversity, equity, and inclusion at the University of Michigan. We heard and continue to listen to many voices, and we're all better for this. Our Michigan is better for it. Thank you all for your many voices. The campus-wide plan that we're unveiling today is a set of actions for today. Many of these actions begin immediately. We will begin making new investments and changes in our organizational structure. We will launch new initiatives and add resources to those that have been working, in some cases, for decades. We will build upon the grassroots efforts that created 49 individual plans in each of our schools, colleges, and campus units. The campus-wide plan includes initiatives that get to the heart of how members of our community experience our campus. Major new actions include strengthening support for students in crisis and bias-related incidents, expanding inclusive teaching workshops for faculty, comprehensive support services for first-generation college students, and a campus-wide climate survey on diversity, equity, and inclusion to help us understand our community and then to assess our progress through the years. As the name indicates, the strategic plan for diversity, equity, and inclusion is highly strategic. It includes measures of accountability that begin with me and the university's entire senior leadership team. The plan is also an expression of our most cherished values, that our dedication to academic excellence for the public good is inseparable from our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. That we cannot live up to our full potential as a university unless everyone has an equal opportunity to contribute and to benefit. That our community is complete only when all members feel welcome. One of the key themes that emerged during the planning was that new investments would be needed. And in fact, early on, we said we would commit to funding the best ideas to every extent possible. Following consultation with Provost Pollack, the executive officers, Vice Provost Sellers, and many others, I'm pleased to announce that we're prepared to make the investments needed to implement the strategies over the 5 years covered by this plan and then beyond. We will devote $85 million in new investments to implement the University of Michigan's strategic plan for diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is in addition to the $40 million per year we already allocate to programs, offices, and staff that are doing all of this great work. The new investments will support these programs and new initiatives that are part of the plan. And they'll support the strong network of DE&I professionals that we've created and will sustain as part of our plan. These are key to our success. Dr. Sellers will be back here in a few minutes to share more highlights from the plan itself, but I want to be sure that to mention, in addition to strategies, the plan includes metrics and includes reporting schedules. We've built full accountability into the plan. When I first announced my hopes for a new effort on diversity, equity, and inclusion at the university, I said that I would make it a major focus of my presidency. This plan is only the beginning. Every program and initiative has a unit or office accountable for its implementation. If our work fails, it means that I have failed. This plan we're unveiling today is also a pledge. It's a pledge to those currently in our community, especially those who feel they don't have a voice at the University of Michigan, that we will continue listening and learning and working together. This past Sunday, I invited students to come to the Michigan Union Ballroom to share their experiences, and I invited campus leaders, faculty, and staff to listen and then join the conversation. The students who spoke talked about feeling hostility in our community, isolation in our classrooms, and that sometimes they were made to feel like they don't belong. They said that too often students of color do not feel safe on our campus. They told us about the deep pain they feel when hateful messages are spread at the University of Michigan, and that more of us need to speak out against bigotry and provide support as Michigan allies. We need more people to hear their voices. We need to reach more members of our community and do a much better job of being present. To those who have made to feel unwelcome, as president, I want to be absolutely clear. This is your university as well. Hate and discrimination have no place here. But in recent weeks, ugly and vile hatred have signaled out groups in our community and sought to divide us. Posters and vandalism have attacked African Americans, Asian Americans, Jews, Muslims, transgender people, and every other group. When members of our community are attacked, it's a problem for all of us, because all of us are diminished when hateful messages defile our campus. It is crucial that we remain vigilant against hate, discrimination, and bias. That's why we will continue to take actions outside of the plan. This week, student leaders have spoken out against hate and helped us attack discrimination as allies. Our Center for Research, Teaching, and Learning is providing resources and a new hotline to help faculty talk about how to respond in their classrooms. Student Life is working to create additional opportunities to engage directly with students. One example is Vice President Harper's establishment of 2 new 25-member student advisory groups, which will help me and all of our senior leaders more directly hear from students. One group will consist of graduate and professional students, and the other of undergraduates. Each will have diverse representation, and we are working with student leaders to form the groups this month. I believe the lessons from our past can provide important guidance. We must not forget the moments in the University of Michigan's history where we were not leaders in best. In fact, a fresh discussion of these moments will very visibly be part of our bicentennial events this coming year. As part of a colloquium on the future university community, there'll be a series of public art installations that mark these milestones of our past. Professor Martha Jones of History, African American and African Studies, and Law is leading the colloquium and organizing the installations. Exhibits will examine Proposal 2, the Native American land transfer, student demonstrations, and the exclusion of women from the Union. Professor Jones says the idea behind the installations is to use the built environment to make challenges of the past visible and to stimulate thinking about ideas of community. I fully agree. We cannot succeed in our 3rd century as a university by celebrating only our successes and our positive impact. We also have to be honest and learn from our failures and mistakes. Our plan is a pledge to those who are considering the University of Michigan. Students in high schools in Michigan across the nation and around the world. Faculty members who wish to conduct research and teach at the highest levels. Staff who seek out careers where their work means something to society. Our pledge to you is that we'll strive to recognize your talents, make you feel welcome, and value the diverse perspectives you can bring to our community. Because we believe in you. 6 years ago, President Obama addressed our graduating class in Michigan Stadium. He spoke of the uncertainty of the future, that freedoms and opportunities are not guaranteed. You too will have to strive, he said. You too will have to push the boundaries of what seems possible. Because what is certain, what has always been certain, he said, is the ability to shape our destiny. That's what makes us different. That's what sets us apart. Our ability at the end of the day to look past all our differences and all our disagreements and still forge a common future. This brings me to a very special announcement. We're putting forward our plan for diversity, equity, and inclusion that will chart the course for the University of Michigan into a new century for us. The future of our great university will be determined by how well we embrace the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion, by how well we implement the vision we've spent the better part of a year spelling out. For the universities of Michigan's third century and beyond, we're creating a new position that will lead the implementation and evaluation of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Strategic Plan. We're recommending the creation of our first ever Chief Diversity Officer for the University of Michigan. The recommendation will go before the Board of Regents at their meeting later this month. The position will be a member of the senior leadership team of the university and serve as the university's principal advisor to the president and the executive officers on diversity, equity, and inclusion. At the next board meeting, Provost Pollack and I will recommend the appointment of Rob Sellers as the University of Michigan's first ever diversity officer. Rob, congratulations. Congratulations to Rob, and thank you for your dedication and hard work. I also want to take a moment to recognize once again and very publicly the committed efforts of many, many people across the campus who've contributed to the generation of our plan. Each unit had a designated diversity planning lead who, in addition to their regular day jobs, committed countless hours to this effort to reach out to their local communities, to work with their deans or directors, to develop a plan that actually represents as much of the full breadth of diversity and inclusion that our campus could bring together for the planning process. Also, folks at the level of the executive team, people in my own office, people in Rob Sellers' office, individually made contributions to what we're talking about today that go far above and beyond the regular confines of their jobs here at the university. Without them, without you all, we would not be where we are today, and we wouldn't have the sense of energy and optimism behind a plan that is as inclusive and grassroots and bottom-up as any plan I could possibly imagine. So I want to personally offer my thanks and ask for one more round of applause to the many in our community who've helped. I now would like to welcome back to the stage our next Vice Provost for Equity and Inclusion and Chief Diversity Officer, Dr. Rob Sellers. He'll introduce us to the university's new campus-wide strategic plan for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Welcome back, Rob.
Before we get started, I just want to take a quick second to thank Mark and Martha and the Board of Regents for their support with regards to the DE&I strategic planning process. I happen to be a student here, graduate student here, almost 30 years ago, and was involved in many of the student protests related to UCAR and BAM 3, I believe we were at that point. And I would have to say, first, I can't believe that it's been 30 years. And second, I can't believe the difference in terms of where we are as an institution from then and now. At that point, as a student protester, the goal was really to try to get leadership to recognize that there were problems, that issues with regards to diversity, equity, inclusion, safety, other issues that we faced as underrepresented students were important and were worthy of consideration. I can honestly say, being in this position for the 2 previous years, that I am amazed by how much support we've had for these efforts from the Board of Regents, through the President, through the Provost's office, and all the way through the executive officers on down. And that's what gives me the hope, the excitement that I have today as we move forward, that I believe this is an opportunity for us to make real change, and not only change at Michigan, but because we're Michigan, that change can go and have an impact in higher education broadly. So I hope that you will all work with me and roll up your sleeves as well, because even though I humbly accept this position, in no way, shape, or form am I saying that this responsibility falls on me alone. As my mentor, Charles Moody, said when I first told him I was taking this position, and Charles Moody was the first person in a position like this, he said, and for those of you who know Charles Moody, I will clean up the language a little bit, but he said, make sure when you take the job that you don't let them say that it's just your job to clean it up. You can't do everybody's job unless they're going to give you everybody's paycheck. And though while I tried to get that, unfortunately, that hasn't happened. So now let's move to the fun part of the evening, or of the morning, and that's to talk a little bit about what's in our diversity strategic plan. Please recognize that I am only going to be able to give a very, very short glimpse. I invite you all to go to the diversity@umich.edu website to not only see the university level plan, but also the 49 unit plans. So just to give you a brief overview of the process that you all are, I'm sure, very much familiar with. So this has been a process that has taken 12 months to get done. It's a process that was designed specifically to be as inclusive as possible. Now, while we would have hoped that there would have been even more opportunities for individuals to participate, we did everything that we could to try to have as many voices in this planning process as possible. One thing I can say, having been here at the university for 25 years, I cannot think of any other university level initiative that has been as inclusive. And if anyone else can, please let me know. Our planning process resulted in 49 unit plans. And the goal of having the unit plans was to make sure that the issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion were addressed locally. The fact of the matter is, a university plan is fine and good, but most of us don't live at the level of the president's office. Most of us live locally in our units, in our schools, our colleges, in our departments. We also wanted to make sure that this plan was one that gave us time to implement really big change. So we had a 5-year planning window. That doesn't mean that we'll be done in 5 years, but that's 5 years for us to assess the large-term impacts. At the same point in time, we want to constantly assess our progress on an annual basis and at a slightly higher level at a 3-year basis. And we wanted a planning process that was flexible. The plans that we have put forth today are not written in stone. We see them as living documents. We expect that as part of the annual review process, we will be able to add new things that we learn, both from ourselves as well as from other units and other places in terms of what is successful. And this is our process, our plan. When you think about our planning process, like I mentioned, we have 49 complete plans that resides at the units. These plans were designed to be at the units so that each individual living at the units has something that they can work towards and work from with regards to diversity, equity, and inclusion. No longer can any individual have to make the argument for diversity, equity, and inclusion in your unit. You might have to make an argument with regards to how we're doing it, and you might have new ideas or you might disagree with the plan that's in place, but you never have to make the case that we should be doing diversity, equity, and inclusion, because these plans are part of the institution. In addition to the 49 plans, we also have a university strategic plan. And the university level strategic plan really is in place for 3 reasons: to provide the necessary infrastructure to support the units, to consolidate common efforts that were identified at the unit level, and to scale them up so that we can get an economy of scale. And last but not least, to allow us to undertake those initiatives that are so large and so daring that they can only be done at the scale of the university. So when we talk about the university's plan, we're not talking about a single plan, we're really talking about 50 plans, which makes us quite unique with regards to our peers. In the university plan, we talk about 3 strategic themes. It's comprised of 1 theme in terms of creating an inclusive and equitable climate, recruiting, retaining, and developing a diverse community as a 2nd theme, and our 3rd theme is to support innovative and inclusive scholarship and teaching. We also recognize existing foundational infrastructure here at the University of Michigan. While we're not where we want to be, we are, in many ways, still leaders in higher education with respect to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And a lot of that has to do with some of the individual efforts as well as the institutional infrastructure that has been here for many, many years, often as a function of hard-fought protests, but also often as a function of wise, prospective planning from our university leaders. So we have not forgotten them in the plan. We've also created new infrastructure, probably the least of which is my new role. And then last but not least, the plan makes sure to discuss issues of accountability by laying out specific metrics and points of accountability. So what I'm going to do today is just to walk you through some of the initiatives very, very briefly that are playing out at the university level. So while many of us may think that being at a diverse university is something that we value and cherish, many of us come to this space without the skills necessary to be effective communicators across differences. And so we recognize that, and we're attempting to provide those kinds of skills to all members of our community. So through our intercultural development assessments, our undergraduate, our diversity, equity, and inclusion training for U of M staff, our professional development for DEI deans and executive leadership, we are attempting to provide that kind of training. We're also wanting to make sure that DEI is an important part of the way in which we evaluate staff performance. Student support and resources for bias-related incidents and other climate challenges is a new effort that we are doubling down on as well. Inclusive facilities for all members of our community, looking at the types of facilities that we provide and making sure that the University of Michigan is an accessible place for everyone. And we're increasing our web presence for visually impaired and blind members of our community. And last but not least, we're also creating a campus-wide climate survey to provide a metric for us to measure where we are and where we're headed, as well as to provide information to each unit to help in their evaluation of their own diversity, equity, and inclusion climate. In addition to these university-wide initiatives, we also have a number of unit-wide initiatives that are focusing on creating an inclusive and equitable campus climate. These initiatives include, just as an example, the School of Dentistry's Cultural Competency Training series, Taubman School's International Acculturational Training, so developing a program to help international students with respect to their experiences here on our campus. And it's a program that we look to see to hopefully be able to scale up to other schools and colleges. Business and finance, they're turning bystanders into allies program. The Office of University Development is putting forth a cultural skills training to the test, and U of M Health System is also providing an interdisciplinary resource groups. And last but not least, I want my good friend Ward Manuel to describe an initiative that's playing out at athletics.
Within Michigan Athletics, we are partnering with the RISE initiative, which is the Ross initiative in sports for equality, to really help improve the conversation around diversity, race, ethnicity, and the conversations about our differences and who we are, how to come together, how to make us a stronger team, and how to understand the different perspectives that people bring from their backgrounds to different teams, with a goal of really understanding and making us better. We have great programs that are moving forward for our student athletes and for this university that I think will be immensely helpful to really enhance the conversation and understanding about our differences, in the understanding that they're minimal, that we really can impact this world by the discussions that occur around diversity, around differences, to make us all better.
Our second set of strategies focus on issues of recruiting, retaining, and developing a diverse community. We have a number of programs that are directed specifically at undergraduates and increasing the diversity within our undergraduate population. Programs such as our Wolverine Pathways program that's designed to, that is currently working with Ypsilanti and Southfield school districts to improve the opportunities, educational opportunities and pathways directly to the University of Michigan for students in those programs. We're announcing a new urban school initiative and a new Native student school initiative targeting students and urban, high-performing students in urban centers and high-performing Native students as well. our Hell Scholars program, which focuses specifically on low-income students all throughout the state of Michigan. We are at the graduate level, are also have Rackham working to develop a pipeline program with minority-serving institutions. We already have a number of departments and schools and colleges that have relationships on a one-off basis with different minority-serving institutions. We're now trying to leverage those relationships and to develop a larger university strategy, and that strategy will be run by Rackham. In addition, the Center for Educational Outreach will serve as a K-12 outreach hub for many of our already existing outreach efforts that occur at the school and college level. With respect to what happens to students once they're on campus, we have a number of university-wide initiatives that are focusing on issues of retention. So we are making a commitment with regards to our first-gen student support, providing permanent staff as well as programming and connecting them with our Office of Academic Multicultural Initiatives, as well as many of our other initiatives to make sure that first-generation students find the University of Michigan not only a place that is welcoming, but also as a place that they can thrive and excel. We're also supporting a number of engaged learning and co-curricular support programs, including the Student Life First Year Experience curricula, allowing it to scale up. With respect to the graduate level retention support, we're providing more support for the Rackham Faculty Allies program, making sure that in every Rackham department there is a faculty ally that has both the support and the professional development necessary to help students in those departments succeed. Our staff recruitment practices initiative, where we are looking at all of our recruitment initiatives and hiring practices with respect to staff and promoting new best practices. Our faculty recruitment and retention practices will also be examined, as well as developing leadership opportunities and professional development opportunities for our existing faculty through our faculty leadership programs and the National Center for Faculty Diversity and Development programming. In addition to that, we have a number of examples of unit-level actions that are playing out, including a bridge program that is a bridge to the doctorate that our Ross School of Business is putting on. Our School of Nursing is also focusing on populations underrepresented in nursing. We have efforts in LS&A to develop a large-scale postdoctoral fellowship program that will lead to faculty positions for faculty and postdocs who are interested in issues related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Our College of Pharmacy partnerships with minority-serving institutions will develop and expand on their existing MSI programs. And Facilities and Operations will continue their work on nurturing a career path. And I also want to introduce my other friend, David Brown, who's the Associate Vice President and Associate Dean for Health Equity and Inclusion in the health system.
We're developing the University of Michigan Health System Faculty Search Committee Toolkit. This toolkit will provide best practices for the entire search process, including creating a diverse and inclusive search committee, applicant pool development that utilizes databases and directories of outstanding diverse candidates, inclusive language for job descriptions, objective candidate rating systems, and behavioral-based interview questions. Since we know that bias can be present throughout the process, including reviewing CVs, reference letters, performance evaluations, publications, and interview questions, we recommend that unconscious bias training help mitigate some of these biases. UMHS onboards over 400 faculty each year, and we hope that the Academic Medical Center will be more reflective of our diverse community in a myriad of forms. A more diverse and inclusive workforce will make us more competitive, increase innovation, and help us be leaders in this ever-changing landscape of healthcare delivery.
And our third set of strategies focuses on supporting innovative and inclusive scholarship and teaching. These university-level initiatives includes an inclusive teaching professional development program. This program has been going on now for a year, in which we are working with every single school and college to develop professional development opportunities and experiences for all of our faculty, made available to all of our faculty, as well as, in many cases, GSIs, to be more effective, to develop the kinds of skills that will allow our folks to be more effective teaching diverse classrooms and creating more inclusive classrooms. We're also proposing a new Distinguished Diversity Scholars Program, which will be designed to recruit faculty who have a demonstrated commitment and excellence with respect to diversity, equity, and inclusion in their scholarship, in their teaching, or in their service. These new Distinguished Diversity Scholars programs will be analogous in many ways to our Third Now professorship. So these will be honorific titles. The National Center for Institutional Diversity will also work to convene a diversity scholars network to expand on their existing one, to focus on faculty here at the University of Michigan who have scholarly interest and expertise with respect to issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion, bringing them together to develop, to incubate and develop new ideas and new collaborations. Our Distinguished Career Award for Diversity Scholarship will honor senior faculty whose careers have made significant contributions to our understanding of individuals and groups that have historically been underrepresented within the canons. And last but not least, we will also include our DEI contributions in our faculty evaluations, making sure that the faculty who have been doing a lot of this DEI work over the years also get that work recognized, and hopefully to encourage other faculty to engage in the work, given that DEI is such a central core value of the university. At the unit level, examples of our work with respect to innovation and inclusive scholarship and teaching include the law school providing several pop-up panels on current events, particularly current events related to diversity, equity, and inclusion, will allow us to keep current with regards to what's happening in the world. The university-wide collaboration focusing on the Rebuild Project, which is a project focusing on improving our STEM-related teaching to inclusive classrooms and making sure that our STEM-related classrooms are accessible to all of our students. The U of M Health System is developing their own DE&I learning and development project. The College of Engineering has their MSI partnership, so expanding and continuing their partnership with the Atlanta University Center, Morehouse Spelman, and Morris Brown and Atlantic U, this long-standing relationship. And then last but not least, I'd like to have Frank talk a little bit about our stamps bridging DE&I into the classroom and the studio project.
Here at the STEM School of Art and Design, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Plan is underway, and we seek to make it a key component of our instruction in the classrooms and studio. Okay, so we're working with CRLT to enhance our inclusive teaching training. Also, we're underway with a curriculum initiative with faculty grants to help faculty understand how to do this, how to work with a DEI plan in their classrooms effectively. At the moment, we're evaluating how DEI values present in our communication for our various STEM activities related to the curriculum, exhibitions, and visitors program, alumni relations, and the STEM lecture series will enhance what we're already doing. With all this, we seek to embrace the opportunity for deeper dialogue and intense engagement with our core values and aspirations. We see STEM as a place of perpetual learning and teaching.
As I mentioned earlier, we recognize that the University of Michigan is blessed to have a number of foundational programs that have been doing this work for many years. And the DEI process also recognizes the fact that this new strategic plan is going to result in many cases in an additional workload, and to make sure that these institutional foundational resources are available, the DEI has also provided support for many of these foundational programs, and will continue to keep track to make sure that they have the support necessary to address the increased capacity as a function of our strategic planning process. We also have a number of new campus-wide DEI infrastructures that are a function of the planning process. And Mark mentioned the new role that I will play and my office will play. But in addition to that, we're also providing DEI innovation grants. So we'll be developing a program to provide initial foundational funding for new DEI strategic planning ideas. So we recognize that one of the major strengths of the University of Michigan is our ability to innovate. And we recognize that some of the very, very best ideas and the next wave ideas haven't yet been thought of. And so we provide support to you and to others in our community to come up with those ideas so that we can be nimble and we can be at the forefront of new innovation with respect to DEI. We're also committed to a DEI funding campaign. So we are funding a position specifically in development targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives to help create even more resources to fund future and current initiatives. We also, as a function of this process, creating a set of individuals who are our DEI planning implementers. So each school, college, and unit has designated a person to be their planning implementer. Those individuals, along with our planning leads, will provide us with an infrastructure of new individuals situated throughout the university with the focus with respect to diversity, equity, and inclusion. My office will work continually with them and help to coordinate their efforts to make sure that we have a larger university strategic plan. In addition to that, I had mentioned earlier, we will also be creating a number of new awards related to diversity, equity, inclusion, as well as some of our existing awards. We are serious about this, and to demonstrate that we're serious, we've identified a number of different metrics, and we will also be developing more matrices to evaluate our success throughout the process. And these matrices include issues of demographic diversity and measures of demographic diversity, as well as measures of operational diversity. In other words, how do we actually implement diversity, equity, and inclusion values throughout the regular operation of the university, as well as evaluating how the different initiatives that we've put forth, whether they have been successful and implemented correctly. And we will also evaluate with respect to experiential indicators of diversity, equity, and inclusion. How do we feel as a campus community with respect to inclusion and equity? Do we all feel that we have an equal opportunity to be successful here at the university? And those, many of those measures will occur as a function of our existing as well as new university climate surveys. There will be accountability throughout the planning process. This accountability starts with the president and the provost, comes down through the deans, through the various leaders in terms of faculty and staff, as well as, quite frankly, each and every one of our members of our community. That this is not a plan that was designed to be top-down. This was a plan that was designed to be implemented throughout the university. And as a result, each and every one of us have a responsibility to keep each and every one of us accountable with respect to moving forward on the plan. There will be 1, 3, and 5-year regular review cycles with regards to the progress that we've made. As Mark had mentioned, the amount of investment in this plan is significant. We're talking about $85 million over a 5-year period. This new investment is one that I believe will allow us to definitely move the needle. At the same point in time, that $85 million 5-year investment is coupled with a $40 million annual investment with respect to various initiatives related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, one thing I want to be very clear is when we think about this $85 million as well as our $40 million investments, that these are not set-aside programs, or these are not things that are outside of what we normally do as part of the university. Because diversity, equity, and inclusion is a core value of the university and is core to what we do as a university, these funds and support are part of the regular mission of the university. So teaching, research, scholarship, supporting that mission, all of these efforts are consistent with what the university normally does. So I know that this has been a very quick run through in terms of the strategic plan. I strongly suggest that you go to the plan itself that's located on our diversity.umich.edu website to get a deeper dive. We will also have another presentation where we'll roll this out specifically related to some of the student-focused issues later on today at 4 o'clock. So with that, this is our strategic plan. So please, before we move forward with the program, please join me in thanking the following, and I know Mark did, but I personally feel a need to do so. Are there any planning leads in the room? Would the planning leads please stand for a second, please? Would members of our diversity executive leadership team please stand as well? Members of our diversity working group, please stand. And I just want to, again, please indulge me for a quick second. I want to take a couple of personal thanks. So I get to stand up here in front of this plan, and Mark has, and many others have said very kind things with regards to my face and moving this forward. But as you can see, this plan is really the brainchild and the baby of literally hundreds, really thousands of individuals. And so while I get to stand here and bask in its glory, it's all of these individuals who need to be recognized for their hard work. And then there's just a couple more people that I want to thank very personally. So Catherine and Liz. So Catherine Lilly and Liz Berry, could you stand for just one quick second? So, as Mark had mentioned, both Catherine and Liz have full-time jobs that have nothing to do, well, nothing to do with developing a diversity, equity, and inclusion strategic planning process. And over the past year, they have devoted more than a full-time job in working on this effort. They've been my partners in crime. We've all cried together. At some point, we will be drinking together. But I just want to thank them for all their hard work. I want to also thank my great team in academic affairs, in my office, for all the hard work that they put in and for putting up with me for the past couple of years. And last but not least, Katrina, could you please stand? I want to personally thank Katrina Wade Golden for not only the work that she's done over the past year, but especially, the work that she did this past week. I had a loss in my family this week and have not been around for the past week or so, and Katrina has stepped in so many ways, and thank you. Okay. Let's keep the show going. At this time, it is my great pleasure to move us to the last part of our event this morning, and that's to bring our attention to our morning panel discussion, a conversation among unit planning leads that is moderated by my friend Laurita Thomas, Associate Vice President for Human Resources. As Associate Vice President, Laurita is responsible for human resource policy at all U of M campuses and a full range of comprehensive human resource services, products, and operations. Her leadership and dedication to higher education has played a crucial role in shaping the diversity, equity, and inclusion strategic plan for more than 41,000 staff members here at the university. I'm not going to list all of the many awards that Laurita has won, but I just want to note that not only has she won awards, but she's actually had awards named after her, including the Laurita Thomas Diversity Champion Award by the University of Michigan Health System. Without any further ado, I'm going to now turn over the rest of the program to my good friend, Laurita Thomas.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob. We're here as representatives of the planning leads that were recognized earlier. I have the privilege of serving as an area lead, working with a number of planning leads in the vice presidential areas in the development of the strategic plan. Our goal this morning, then, is to reflect on the effort and outcomes of last year, to think about what that means in charting a path forward in the implementation of the 5-year diversity strategic plan, and to be responsive to the stimulation of ideas that will help us do this well. And so 3x5 cards have been provided to you. We want to receive your questions. I think it may be difficult to get to a lot of them this morning, but if you write your question down, there will be people collecting as you exit. We will post the answers to your questions on the diversity website in the FAQ area. So thank you for being with us this morning while we are receiving the challenges and insights and advice on moving forward from 5 individuals that represent the breadth of the university that have served as planning leads. And in that experience, were willing to join us this morning. So I want to thank all of the panelists. And I've asked them to introduce themselves so that I don't sit here and read long bios to you. Let's hear their names and see a little bit about their experience and where they served as a planning lead. And then we'll move on to some questions about the purpose of the panel. So, will you introduce yourself and the area that you served in?
Absolutely. Good morning. My name is Will Sherry, and I serve as the director of the Spectrum Center, which is the Gender and Sexuality Center, which is a part of Student Life, and I have been working with the Student Life Plan.
Good morning. My name is Okiyama Meije. I am a physician in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology within the medical school, and I'm the unit planning lead representing the health system.
Hi, my name is Letty Rastigue, and I am the Associate Director for Facilities and Operations, Human Resources, and I am one of 6 people that served on the Business and Finance Diversity Committee.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Robert Scott in the College of Engineering. I am a director within our Center for Engineering Diversity and Outreach, and I served as one of 3 implementation planning leads. I'm also a Michigan engineer, class of 1975, and a retired exec from Procter & Gamble.
My name is Liz Cole, and I'm the Associate Dean for Social Science in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, and I served as one of the planning leads in our college.
Thank you so much. Engagement has been a foundational concept of this planning process. What was your engagement process like within your unit? What did your unit do to engage, because many voices are critical to us? And what were some of the challenges you experienced?
Well, I'll start. Because LSA is so large and so complex, we had many mechanisms for engagement. But one particularly fun and creative example that we had attempted to target and engage undergraduate students. We really wanted them to empower them to be part of this process. And our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education, Angela Dillard, said really decisively, decisions are made by those who show up, and she wanted to invite our undergraduates to the table. So we committed early on to use at least 7 ideas that were directly submitted by students in our plan. And we accepted those ideas through a standard Word document, but also by video or by tweets. And in order to give students an opportunity to collaborate and polish those ideas, we had a couple of events we called planathons that we held in the league ballroom, where many students could come together and really collaborate on these ideas. And this process generated a lot of really creative, collaborative ideas. We got ideas from undergraduate UROP advisors. We got ideas that came out of some of our learning communities that were really grounded in their experiences in their specific locations. So it was an opportunity to hear from the grassroots. Some of the students who participated through this mechanism became involved in the project as a whole. There was one student who was really passionate about transfer student issues who ended up helping us write some of that section and reviewing other parts of the plan. And so we really felt that this was a way that we heard from our undergraduates, and we hope to continue to incorporate their participation through implementation.
I'd like to chime in from a College of Engineering standpoint. We're not as large as LS&A, but almost. We're a big school as well. And the extremely short timeline for this exercise made it difficult to really have the kind of engagement that we want and need to have. So that becomes a big part of the going forward piece. But what we did is basically to organize ourselves around undergraduate, graduate students, faculty, and staff, and created sub-teams to go and do deeper dives in those 4 areas. And so a lot of our strategic plan is organized around those 4 dimensions. We recognize that there are some critical constituency groups we did not get to penetrate. So for us in engineering, our corporate partners are critically important. We did not have the time to focus there, nor did we get a chance to go after alumni in a way that we thought we needed to. So those become important elements that we're going to focus on as we go forward in the next phase.
Thank you for sharing those ideas of engagement and making sure that we're listening and responding to and including many voices as we move forward. What were some critical lessons or insights that you learned in your unit during the planning process?
I think one of the things in our unit, we have business and finance, we have 3,300 constituents, and in facilities and operations, one of the things that we did was wanting to engage a large, diverse group of people, including bus drivers, mechanics, tradespeople. That was kind of a challenge for us because trying to get them away from their jobs, you know, bus drivers off the buses and people on midnight shift and all of that, that was kind of difficult. But when we did get them in to discuss and write out their ideas and talk about their ideas, it was just incredible. Not only did they want to participate, but the ideas and the stories and everything just enriched our whole process of gathering information. And to me, that was probably the most valuable, listening to people that are, you know, you pass by in the hallways every day and don't really think about, you know, what they're doing. And most of the time they're just quietly doing their jobs, but to get their voices and hear their stories was really, really incredible.
In the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, I think the biggest challenge that we had in promoting engagement of all stakeholders was making sure that we had an opportunity for people to share their viewpoint free of retaliation or negative feelings from administration or the hierarchical system that's embedded within the health system. And so making sure that we offer people the opportunity through town hall sessions, a climate survey that was anonymous so that individuals could share, and then having a larger departmental forum for people to openly share their thoughts and how we should move forward and participate in the process.
Yeah, I think for student life, one of the challenges and insights that we had in the process was realizing, I think, just how connected all of the plans were. And so when we hold things like town halls for student life, we're hearing from students about their experiences all over campus. And being able to share that information out and really make that connect to all the different plans that are going on was definitely an insight for me.
Other critical challenges you would like to share that you experienced in the process?
I think we have to make sure that we remember that not everybody is tied to a computer, so they can't answer a survey necessarily, or not everybody has access to, you know, even time because they're working. My AVP always uses the example of bus drivers. You know, they have a very set schedule. They have things that they have to do, and you know, they're here to work, and they're working the whole time that they're here. But trying to get all of their input as well, because it's extremely valuable. And like I said before, I mean, you don't know their backstory. A lot of them are very well-educated people and come from a variety of backgrounds, and it's just really enhancing our program to listen to them.
Thank you for reminding us of the importance of listening. What do you think will be needed to ensure the success of your plan? You're intimately aware of it now. You've got to share it and socialize it. What will be critical to the implementation?
Well, I know for us, it's all about participation. Finding some creative ways to get a cadre of students and faculty and staff that are already running as hard as they know how to run, to understand that this is a part of their normal job as opposed to something on top of, and therefore worth to take the time to invest in making this happen. We haven't solved that. We're still trying to figure out how to make that happen, and that's going to be a difficult thing for us to work going forward.
I really agree, and I think part of the challenge of that is that part of this process has been identifying good ideas that worked in one setting, but you can't just assume that you can translate an idea that works well, say, in the natural sciences to a humanities department. So we want to try to share that knowledge and wisdom, but we also have to do it in a way that's sensitive to all our institutional diversity. And so we need engagement and participation to share those ideas and translate them.
What is something in your plan that you're excited about?
I'm really excited about something that was mentioned a little bit earlier this morning, the Intercultural Development Inventory, this new tool that we're going to be using to kind of get a gauge and build some skills. I'm really excited about looking at some building inclusive spaces as a skill set. So how can we bring some skills to make students and staff and faculty feel more confident and be more confident in having intercultural experiences? So I'm really excited about the skill building aspects of some of the programs we're talking about.
To chime off of that, I think the most important thing that I'm excited about with our initiative is going through the process of ensuring that all of our stakeholders in our department go through unconscious bias self-assessments. I think that having that opportunity to have a facilitator come into our department and work with all the different groups about what implicit biases we bring to our daily encounters with one another in the workplace, as well as with patients, and how we interact with others in our community is really important to getting at promoting the ideals that embody diversity, equity, and inclusion for the university and the health system as a whole.
I really want to talk about, today we are going to open for applications a new program called the LS&A Collegiate Postdoctoral Fellowship Program. And through that program, we aim to bring 50 scholars over the next 5 years to campus who bring either research knowledge or teaching or knowledge in their service of how to create a more diverse and equitable campus. And our goal is that many of those scholars who come will be tracked into faculty lines. And through this, we aim to really transform our faculty over the next 5 years.
So I want to cheat. You said what one thing? I'm going to say two. I'm going to cheat.
First, break the rules. Okay.
Okay. So first, there has been a tremendous amount of programs and initiatives in this space that have operated under the radar screen and disconnected, and people don't know about them or they're not being leveraged. And this has finally given us a fabric to connect the dots and actually make 1 + 1 = 5. And so that's just the notion of that is so exciting, especially when you realize that there's been a lot of people working very, very hard and not getting the recognition or the support that they need to do work that they've been doing for years and years and years. So I'm very excited about that possibility. But above that, there's a line in our strategic plan that talks in our vision about creating tomorrow's engineers who need to be multicultural technologists and leaders. It's sort of a new version of Leaders in Best, and that we want to become the best-in-class institution for producing engineering leaders like that. That to me is tremendously powerful, especially when I think about the fact that I spent 30 years in Ohio and had to deal with that other school up north. I want to be best in class, and so I just get kind of charged when I think about us leveraging DEI to really become a best-in-class institution.
I think from a human resource standpoint, I'm really looking forward to the challenge of recruiting and really outreaching rather than having everybody come in to, apply for our positions or apply for promotions and things like that. I think very early on, we all heard that just letting the status quo go on is not acceptable. We actually have to be proactive and outreach to different populations, and we even have populations within our own organization here, all the employees, that we need to do a better job of outreaching, and I look forward to that.
I think you've shared a wide variety of ways to accomplish our goals that you're excited about. In the wake of the troubling events that have been occurring on campus in the last couple of weeks, why and how is this engagement process important to enhancing diversity, equity, and inclusion in your unit or on our campus?
Well, for me, the DEI strategy allows us to take a stance of proactiveness rather than reactiveness. And I think if the things that occurred happened and we weren't positioned to be proactive about them, it would be so much worse than it is because we're already positioned to do something. We can talk about what we're thinking about, we're talking about what we're planning to do, we can invite people in and make them a part of the fabric of the moving forward as opposed to simply reacting and trying to explain things away.
One of the things that I think was really obvious in the last couple weeks is how many different groups were targeted by these acts. And I hope that that gives us an opportunity to recognize that so many of us are directly impacted by inequities, by prejudice, and there's a potential coalition to build there, that many of us can work together to change the climate, and we have a common interest in that cuts across the whole university. Anyone else?
I think that being a part of hearing from students throughout the past few weeks, I think something that I think about that this plan is so important to is that ongoing engagement, the philosophy of that grassroots approach not being just part of the planning, but being part of the continued fabric of how we move forward to continually kind of fuel what the ideas are. So staying really connected to our student communities and to our staff communities to be able to know what people's experiences are that we may not have and we may not share.
So we have 5 representatives of a much broader group of individuals that will have a key responsibility in implementing, but engagement is important. Do you have a question? Is there a question out there that we can address for these individuals that have lived it and will continue to lead?
There's one right here.
Right up front? Thank you. It looks like Anna. The question is, what do we do about individuals that have had bad experiences elsewhere and may be turned off to the process? So that's one of the challenges that you may have experienced. What do we do about someone turned off?
I think one thing that you said, Laurita, about listening, because sometimes people just want to be validated and heard. But I also think that we need to concentrate on the 90% or probably even more than that are really trying to be on board. And I think that people that may be the naysayers or may have some negative experiences definitely want to listen to them because we can learn from them. But I'd like to move forward and bring them along and try to do what we can to bring them along. But I think just hearing their story, hearing the reasons why they're naysayers, there's probably different things that have happened to them in their experience that made them that way. So maybe we can give them some positive things to think about to change their mind.
I think actions speak louder than words. I think the naysayers are basically saying, I've heard this before, there's a lot of talk, what are you going to do? Go do something, make something happen. And so it's an imperative on all of us in our plans in this year 1 to certainly do a lot of listening and engaging, but also to pick some low-hanging fruit and go out and make something happen, because you want to be able to point to the naysayers that says, it's different this time. Something actually is happening. Something's different.
And to piggyback on that, I think it's important that we define our metrics and how we're measuring our success with the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiative across our different units, and be able to showcase how we're making progress in order to, either engage more people or bring them on board onto the initiatives that we're, developing and implementing in our various units.
Is there one more? We have time for just one more. We'll take the time.
Could some of the other people speak about what one of the leads spoke about, recruitment and outreach, and some of their initiatives going forward to increase that, especially LS&A and engineering?
Sure.
The question was about outreach. Did everyone hear that? Okay, going forward.
Yeah. So I'll speak for engineering. There is a big component to our strategic plan that talks about the demographic makeup of both students and faculty. And there are specific initiatives aimed at trying to better understand our pipeline and more effectively recruiting against that pipeline and then retaining what we do recruit. There's been a number of programs. Remember, I talked about programs but disconnected. We've got a number of programs, but we haven't leveraged those as effectively as I think we could, and that becomes a big part of our strategy around demographic makeup within the College of Engineering.
In LSA, I'll just quickly touch on 3 areas that we're working on this. As I already mentioned, the new postdoc program is an effort to recruit faculty. We have recently hired our first college-level staff diversity officer, and she started over the summer, and she's going to be working with the units to look at their search processes to diversify pools and do more outreach for recruiting diverse staff. And at the student level, although LSA doesn't handle its own admissions, we are making a tremendous effort to increase and improve the Comprehensive Studies program, which has been an important mechanism for many years to bring students from groups that have had less access to campus and support them in their transition.
Let me invite the dialogue to continue. We have a poster session right outside of the door where there are lots of ideas. We have the 3x5 cards that we will take your questions and be responsive to them. And we hope that the dialogue that we've started here with the panel will continue as you review the posters and gather more ideas and share the resources that we're learning from each other as we go down this path. Please join me in thanking our panel for their willingness to come forward.